Well, I'm working on the forward fin, and they call for a 3/8 radius, so it'll be a 3/4 inch diameter on the bend line down the center. And this fits on the back of the fuselage and gets riveted on. All it is a transition for airflow from the top of the fuselage into the rear fin and the rudder. So it's a 60-degree angle. As you're looking at it, it comes down this way. But to get that 3/8 radius, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can vacuum it. So I've marked the center line here, and this, rather than being a 3/4 inch rod, is a 5/8, but I think our radius will be pretty close to what it needs to be anyway. So what I'm going to do is clamp it in position, hopefully. We want it to be right in the center of that. That looks pretty good. This piece may be too small. We may not be able to do it with this, but I'm hoping we can. Now that I've already poked a hole in my plastic. May have to do something a little more substantial than blue tape. A little bit of Gorilla duct tape. This may just be a trial piece. It looks like I've got a couple little smileys that I put in there. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up and see what it looks like. See what it's going to do anyway. That's the main thing, is to find out if it's actually going to work. Well, that forms a really nice vacuum around it. Let's see if it gave us enough bend and radius to make a difference. Well, I've got a couple smileys in there that I put in, so I'll probably rebuild this piece. But there's how to make your radius for not a bad radius. I don't know if you can see it there or not. Looks good. Proof of concept there. So I think we'll build another one and we'll form it up the same way. Form this tight radius at this end. I'll go ahead and leave it full width and we'll fold it up as a square, and then we'll go back and trim these edges. This was one of two sheets that was actually damaged in shipping, and I ordered it from Aircraft Spruce, and it actually, I believe, was damaged when it was packed. I went ahead and accepted the sheets, although I did write them a little note about it, but there was about 3 or 4 little smileys. There was 2 different places in it, and I believe what happened is when this was 2 sheets of 16 thousandths that I had shipped together, and I had them roll it and put it in a box. And I believe what happened is it was rolled, and when they went to put it in the box, somebody had their hand inside, and they made 2 distinct marks on it from what it looked like, but it transferred into that rolled sheet, so there was about 8 different places that it had these same little smileys on the inside of it. But that's the way it goes. So I went ahead and accepted it, used it for smaller things, and it's still got a little bit of those, you know, these were 2 that were still showing on a piece of scrap. So by cutting them this way and using them for the fin, why I'll still be able to utilize most of that sheet. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't enough to really make a stink about, but it wasn't right. So just something to be aware of when you order your material and have it rolled, because there's always a chance that it's going to be damaged. That's why on most of the things I can order most of my material locally as far as sheet goods, and from Pacific Steel it comes palletized and shipped flat, and I don't pay for the extra shipping. They include that in delivery, so it's really a good economical way for me to order my materials. But they can't get me 16 thousandths. They can get, I think, everything else. Maybe not 20 thousandths, but 25 thousandths on up. Why I just order from them, and I've been real happy. Service is fast, and it comes out of Seattle, I'm sure. It's less expensive than ordering from Spruce, and I'm not knocking Spruce at all. They do a real good job. They've got a lot of things, and I order an awful lot of stuff from Spruce. But it does pay to shop for your materials a little bit. Sometimes you can get a little bit better deal. try and get our hose situated well inside here, because the problem is it grabs a hold of the plastic and sucks the plastic, and then we lose part of our vacuum. Okay, well, let's give that a try, see if we've got enough of a seal to make everything work. Look and see how well we did. Pretty nice. A little bit of a little dog leg there at that end, but that will smooth out without too much trouble. And from this end it looks about the same, not too bad. See if we can see that. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'll go ahead and trim the insides and then break that over. I think it's got an 18mm flange on it. It matches up, but that will set quite nicely, I think. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. While I've got this set up, I'm going to go ahead and form the rear fin the same way. It's just a little short piece. Let's see, that is this piece right here. And I'm going to go ahead and form it the same way. So I'll get it formed up and I'll trim that one down and I'll show you the finished product. Well, I'm not going to get a very good seal underneath there, but... Or maybe I will. What I should have done was transferred those marks to the outside. To start with. And then they call for an 18mm flange along the edge. Problem we'll have is up on that short edge of getting it into the brake. So let's twist that around and take a look. This would be where it would be an advantage not to have this leaf on there. And we could have went ahead and formed this when it was still flat, but I was afraid I wouldn't be able, it would just cut through the plastic and wouldn't be able to get a vacuum at all on it. Well, I think for this 16 thousandths we'll make do, and I'll pull the front leaf off, the L angle, and we'll just use the upright support, which is a pain in the rear because the handle's affixed to the L angle and not designed to come off, but make do with what we got.